Transition. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Ghosts of Saltmarsh, the Isle of the Abbey, Part 2. So, previously on our wonderful sailing adventure, I will get to that in a moment because I realized I have a whole spiel I normally do at the beginning of these episodes, such as, today is September 12th, 2019, and you are loved. That is something that I like to tell everyone at the beginning of every single show that we do here on the channel, which is Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have all sorts of ways set up for you guys to help support the channel, other than having obviously come here and shown your support. We have ways that we can catch you up, such as Ayo and Annabelle. That's how you read your name. If you go to youtube.com/indooradventures or anywhere where you can find audio casts, also at /indooradventures, you will find all of our backlog for not only Ghosts of Saltmarsh, but also Curse of Strahd, our homebrew game, and the entirety of our Waterdeep Dragon Heist playthrough, all available for free for you guys. However, if you feel like supporting the show, we also have a Patreon set up where we have an after show called Nights in the Courtyard at patreon.com/indooradventures. Thank you so much, R. Squeef, for the host. You are a wonderful friend. We also have now 2 merch stores because Streamlabs has decided to change the way that they do their merch. So currently, if you go to bit.ly/adventure merch, you can find yourself what is soon to be limited edition merch, because we are migrating away from Streamlabs and going to Teespring. Mostly because Teespring is actually much cheaper and offers a ridiculous number of patterns. We already have merch set up on that Teespring, and the only way currently that you can find it is by being a member of our Discord. So consider joining us there. Thank you, AQ, for the raid. Yeah, so if you are interested in possibly picking up some merch, consider going to bit.ly/adventure merch. Find yourself something nice. So, let us begin. It currently says, Dingo, that you are playing Ulman. This is, however, not the case. Who are you going to be playing today?
I am not playing Ulman or Ham. I'm Dingo, I use she, her, and I am playing Hish, Sunguard, the half-orc fighter who uses he, him pronouns.
Excellent. And Cyber, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Cyber. Use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Albus, the Galastra Bard. Abbey, who uses he, him as well.
Excellent. And KyleWithAnN, who are you playing?
Hi everyone, my name is Hi Reeves.
That's not your name at all.
You're right, it's not, but Reeves is here.
Howdy.
Okay, hi everyone, I am KyleWithAnN. I play Jilfa'en Lyrandar. She is the half-elf cleric of Tharsden. And we both use she, her.
All right, and Reeves, who are you playing tonight?
Oh, hey, I'm Reeves, here just in the nick of time, and I'm playing Ulman Dark, who's often there just in the nick of time, and also Ham. They use he, him, or they, them.
Excellent. And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your dungeon master. So, previously on our Ghosts of Saltmarsh, like I started introducing at the beginning of this, you guys all managed to get onto a isle that had a small, broken down, burnt out abbey on it. During the landing and arrival at this island, it was actually in 2 different stages. The first stage being Jilfa'en, Albus, and Ulman all making their way onto this beach that was then filled with a hopeless amount of skeletons, in which Jilfa'en met with a grisly fate. Taking Jill's body to this temple, you were able to then invoke an older ritual / rite that actually allowed for Jilfa'en to come back, no longer in the service of her sea goddess Umberlee, but now in the service of the Chained Oblivion themselves, Tharsden. Jill is having a great day. Hish, you had seen that your dragonborn companion received a bloody nose, which meant that your party was in danger. And upon setting out on your dinghy, arriving with Tabitha and Scramp, 2 of your Acquisitions Incorporated hirelings, you ended up getting to this abbey roughly around the same time that Jill was making her way up from having been resurrected. You all were able to reconvene, and throughout the night, while Tabitha and Scramp were asleep, were able to engage in various means of conversation. At one point, though, Albus decided that he was going to try and enter into the Winding Way himself to see if he could find the remnants of a Chul, or at least some Chul possibly still living. This went about as well as you would expect a solo figure such as Albus entering into a scary, scary dungeon all by himself to go, and he quickly returned back to where the party was. They all ended up being able to converse, and at this point, were able to lay down and get a full night's rest. So, Jill, you heal 1 level of your exhausty points, meaning that I believe at this point you only have 1 level of exhaustion?
Yeah, so now I can move normally again.
That's a plus.
I just, rolled disadvantage on all of my skill checks, but, it's fine. We're recovering.
All right. So, we are going to start off with our... Yeah. Sorry. We are going to start off with Hish, Jill, Albus, Ulman. All of you guys end up waking up first thing in the morning. Tabitha is also waking up. Scramp is waking up as well. And all of them, your 2 hirelings, seeing as how part of your guys' job was to escort some of these cultists back to the mainland, they are willing to help begin the transfer of goods and items, so that way the 4 of you can then go and investigate the Winding Way without having to necessarily help out with this. Also, by sending the cultists with Tabitha and Scramp, that provides them an easier way to actually get through the skeletons, as these cultists each had a golden necklace that prevented these spoopy, scary skeletons from actually attacking them. You are at the top of this morning. You are all then brought into this very large chamber, Albus, that you would have recognized the day before as kind of a ceremonial space, but at the same time, you don't feel like it's necessarily been used as such for quite some time, even though it was being cleaned the night before. You end up passing behind this curtain that leads to a secret door, and the 4 of you then begin your descent into this dungeon, into this Winding Way.
Do we have Dude with us, Osmandius?
Osmandius is not with you at this point because he is busy overseeing Tabitha and Scramp and making sure that Bayleaf, the cultist bard that is part of their group, doesn't include anything stupid going onto the boat, as previously he has tried to sneak many a thing out of this island that they don't see a point in wasting valuable space with. So, you guys are entering in to this next room, and as you enter in, you see that there is this 30-foot tall chamber that in the center are 2 enormous pillars, and on each side of these pillars, you actually see that there are large skeletal structures that have bovine-like heads and horns kind of jutting out from each side. Albus, you had seen these last night, and they didn't seem like they were going to, attack. But as the lot of you get closer and come forward this time around, you see that their bodies actually begin to shake and move. And you see that there are several moving shapes now in this room. I'd like for everybody to roll initiative as all of these bodies kind of shake themselves out a little bit to ready themselves for combat.
Do we see the hole that Albus fell in? Did I miss that?
So the hole that Albus fell in was actually past this initial room.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a 1.
It's like a whole bunch of holes in his trench coat from where he fell in that he has not mentioned so far.
No one's brought it up.
No one's asked.
I got a 17.
Okay, so a 17 for Jill. Albus.
13.
Ulman.
24.
Okay. Hish.
1.
The loneliest number.
Please 0 with my -1 initiative.
All right, and I am getting everything set up on this side. So,
Are we fighting zombies before breakfast?
I'll say that you guys would have had a very tasteful breakfast at this point. I'm
Okay,
not
that
just
makes
going to
this
have you
slightly
heading
more
off
palatable.
into combat. That would be ridiculous.
How tasty can this breakfast be in this rundown Abbey that can't grow anything?
It's
Love me some kelp.
It is very much salted meats that were kept from you're not sure how long ago, or of what variety the meat was when you ate it.
Ugh.
And it is mostly kept together with dried seagrass to kind of keep things together. All right, so next up are them's boys. You guys are lucky, because I got a pretty good roll just now versus when it would actually be hitting you guys. So, you know, that's good.
There's hope yet.
There sure is. And then boop, 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 boop. It's almost like I just came from work and now this is what I do. That's my song. Okay. Sounds good. So, first in the round, Ulman. What would you like to do? You see that there are these two large minotaur-like skeletons.
Ulman, he just stretches real quick and lumbers towards one of them and eyes at it, and as it tries to swipe at him initially, he tries to stab at it.
Okay.
That's gonna be 25.
25 totally hits.
Cool. Am I within 5 feet of anything else
No.
besides him? Cool. Let's sneak attack. Uh, 13.
Okay, so 13 points of damage on this boyo. So, there we go. Okay, yeah. You managed to stab this large skeleton pretty fucking good, I would say. It was a quality stab. All right, so then next up, Ulman. As you have walked up and stabbed this large skeleton, they both look down at you, and their lower jaw just kind of begins to hang loosely, and it's almost like if they had air in lungs that would still be attached to them, that they might be laughing. And from the shadow of the northern wall, pretty close to where the door is actually, you hear a chattering. And this chattering, again, almost does sound like laughter. Just And there is this large creature that lumbers forward with a face that almost looks like the Scream mask. It is elongated. You see that there is just this large vacant mouth that doesn't seem to have any teeth or lips, but is rather just a vacant hole. And where its eyes are instead, you see that it is this grayish stone-colored flesh that seems to come out into almost an abrupt brow and then sink in, but there aren't eye holes. It seems like there is just this indentation where eyes should be. And as you look at this creature, I need you to make a Constitution save.
Ten.
Okay. So, that still fails, but that wasn't a superb failure, which is good. So, you are going to be taking a total of 17 points of psychic damage. So, that is it for its turn. Is good. Is good times. So, next up is going to be our newest cleric, Jilfa'en.
That's me. Okay, so there's 2 skeletons and 1 fuck off monstrosity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Oh boy, what will new cleric do? It's almost like I should have been planning my turn instead of listening to the description, but that's fine. I am. Is there a way I could get them in a nice little radius without hitting Ulman with anything?
Ulman has rushed up. You would be able to hit the 2 skeletons, but you wouldn't be able to get the jabbering man as well with the attack without also hitting Ulman.
Okay, I'll just aim for the 2 big skellies, and by like banging her warhammer against her shield, she's gonna cast Shatter and hopefully shatter these bad boys.
Okay. Sounds good. I like it. So, you are doing it on the 2 skellies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled. That's a con saving thing.
So, one of them got an 18, the other got a 6, so there is going to be 1 success, 1 failure.
Woo, okay. So that is going to be 4d8. They're all my d8s. Okay. So one of them's going to take 15 and the other's going to take half of that.
Okay, sounds good. So, boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doo. Got it. We cool. All right, so I like to imagine as well where previously when you would cast Shatter and more of these auditory spells, that it would sound almost like a crashing wave. Now when you are casting this, it sounds like metal links being broken apart.
Yeah, baby. That's cool.
But what about no, baby?
Oh, no, yes.
All right, do you have a bonus action you would like to use?
I think that is going to end my turn because D&D Beyond just decided to crash on me. So
Okay, sounds good. That is as good a reason as any. Next up, our dear friend Albus.
So one of these skellies has been hit up.
Both of these skellies have been hit up at this point because Jill cast Shatter.
Okay. The one that's been hit, and both of them have moved this turn, right?
Neither of them have moved yet.
Okay. So the one that's hurt less I would like to make a wisdom save as I cast Vicious Mockery.
What do you say to this guy? He's real stupid. He got a 1, modified.
I say ni hominoi. And I give him 4 points of psychic damage. But his next attack is at disadvantage. Hish, take some bardic inspiration.
Get yourself that galaxy brain.
Get some galaxy brain, that D6.
Alrighty. So, as Jill, as you make this cacophonous noise, you see that the walls beside you begin to have a slight glowing to them, and that is when you see that there are spectral fingers that then extend out of the stone as a spectral face then appears, and it looks like, again, where their mouths would be is just white, where their noses would be white, and where their eyes are just white. And these are almost like a purplish color as they just come out of the walls towards you. So they are both going to make attacks against you. The first gets a 21 to hit.
That'll do it.
So you are going to be taking 10 points of necrotic damage, and then I need you to make a Constitution save.
Please don't kill me again. That's gonna be 21.
Okay, you're fine. Then there is the second attack that is coming towards you as well. And that is a 13 to hit. I don't believe that does anything to Jill.
Nope.
So yes, there are these two ghosts now that are also fighting alongside these two skeletons, as well as this large gibbering figure. So next up in the initiative order are the two Minotaurs, who, seeing as how there is this one individual that casually walked up to them and stabbed one of them is going to raise its great axe up and try and swing down on you, Ulman. And it gets a... That is a 17 to hit.
Negatory.
Okay. And then the second one, who has disadvantage, is also going to try and take a strike against you. Does a 21 hit?
That does.
Okay. And that is going to be for 23 points of slashing damage.
Big oof.
Okay, you're still good? Still up? Okay.
I mean, I'm at 2 health, but I'm good.
Okay.
I'm up.
Sounds good. So that is it for them. They're Minotaurs. Hey, Hish. What you doing? You've seen that these specters have appeared out of the walls and have begun assailing Jill, and you can see that Ulman currently has two large boys and one extremely creepy boy also directly on him. Albus looks like he's doing fine.
Oh, I guess Hish has just been standing back and watching this all happen and sipping his tea from his #1 dad mug. But I guess now he's ready to help. I think Hish is going to run up and hit that Jabberwock, the jabbering man.
Okay.
The
Jabroni walk. Got it.
The jabroni walk. He's going to stand beside Ulman and hit the jabroni with his flame tongue scimitar. And I think I would like to make this a distracting strike.
Okay, so that is a save on my end?
No. I spend one of my superiority dice, and whoever attacks him next gets advantage on it, essentially.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, there's that die. And I am going to use my bardic inspiration on this one. Well, that's an 8 plus 1. It's a 9. Plus 8.
Okay, so...
So it's 17?
Yeah, 9 plus 8 is 17. It does
that
not
hit?
like that. It does not like that at all. Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna take 11 slashing damage because it's 4 plus 7. 8 fire damage and 6 damage from the distracting strike.
Okay, so 8 and 7 were the last two. What was the first set? Sorry.
The first one was 11 slashing damage,
Okay.
8 fire damage, and then 6 from the distracting strike.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. Hot damn.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good sword.
It's a very good sword. And I would like to use my second attack in the same way. Just again, slashing with the scimitar.
Okay.
That is a 6 plus 7. Or no, plus 8. 14. Does 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Boo.
Okay, so as your sword slashes up against it the first time, you just hear it loose, this kind of unearthly howl coming out from it, just as these flames just lash up against its chest. It does not like what has happened to it at all.
Okay.
So, top of the round, Ulman.
I can disengage as a move action, right?
You can disengage as a bonus action because you are a rogue.
But can I also disengage as a move action?
No. So you would have to disengage as a bonus, use your movement action, and then you would be able to do something after that.
Okay. I see. All right. Well, I'm actually going to use my bonus action to obviate the scream.
Okay, sounds good.
I get a 17, so I get 3 questions.
3 questions. I must answer your questions 3.
Question number 1. What is it?
It is called a bodak.
All right. What is a bodak weak to?
Looking at it, it looks as if a bodak is not inherently weak to anything other than sunlight. It seems like it has a hypersensitivity to sunlight. Other than that, it has a plethora of immunities and resistances that magical weapons tend to seem to overcome.
Salty, sweet, or umami?
How does it like its eggs?
Scrambled.
That monster. I mean, scrambled eggs are good, but
And you feel like that one is very much specifically this bodak. You're not necessarily sure if other bodaks also appreciate theirs. If they could have a sunny side down, they would accept that as a plausible egg position. But I don't know if that's real because I, as a person, am not a fan of eggs. But I'll answer your question.
that's 3.
Okay. So,
Oh, right. I guess I do it the rest of my turn.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No. I'm going to go ahead and attack this beast again. I'm gonna Wrathful Smite it, actually.
Okay, so is that the Skeleman or the Gibberman? The Bodak.
Is the Bodak close to me?
Yes, he is right on top of you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'd like to stab him.
Okay, cool.
Does a 22 hit?
Quick question. Your Obviator skill, is that an action or a bonus action?
Bonus.
Oh, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. What was the number that you rolled? Sorry.
22.
Yeah, that'll totally hit. Roll for damage.
Do I have sneak attack on this boy?
Yes, you do, because Hish is within 5 feet.
Doesn't he also have advantage because of my distracting strike?
Yes, that is also true.
I don't crit.
Maybe not now, but like 4 games ago, you got so many. I'm always skeptical.
All the luck was used up then.
13 damage, and then... 15 damage, and then he needs to make a will save?
You mean wisdom? What's will? This is D&D
Yeah, sorry.
5e.
Wisdom.
Goddamn Pathfinder. Okay. That's a natural 1. He fails.
Oh, this boy is terrified of me.
Okay.
Frightened. Yeah. I think Ulman looks back at it and is like, I would serve you a sunny side up. And then stabs him right in the chest.
Okay. So as you stab into it, it looks down at your knife that's inside of its body and then looks up at you. Just, It is immune to the frightened condition, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
18. Okay. So, you do not take any effects from its Death Gaze ability, but it is going to try and get you to, again, stare into its eyes. So I need you to make another Constitution save.
$14?
Okay, so that means that you're going to be taking half.
Ooh. Gonna go down, most definitely.
You are going to be taking 27 points of necrotic damage.
Hey, Ulman, I know a great place where you can get revived.
No.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? One adventure module and you all come back. We must break the chains of Thariston.
Ulman
Alright.
said, I want a new tattoo too.
Alright, so Ulman, you go down. Alright, what is your overall HP?
Negative 25?
What is your max?
42.
Okay, yeah, you're good then.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I put it into the thing, and it didn't say you're ultra dead. It just put me to the same states.
Nice. All right, so that is it for that creature's turn. Next up, Jill.
Okay, so we're going to go over to our good friend Ulman. We're gonna kneel down and we're gonna slap a nice little cure wounds on him.
As you go up to Ulman, you will be taking 2 attacks of opportunity as you are in between the 2 specters.
Are you worth it? Okay, you know what? You know what I'll do for you instead, Ulman? I will just shout some encouragement from afar. And I'll say, Get up! You no, we are not going through this again. No. I'll give you that level 3 healing word.
Ooh.
Let's see. That is going to be okay. All right, that's right as Roll20 decides to crash on me. Well, guess what? It's 3d4 plus 5. I read it before it crashed. Okay, come here, you slippery boy. Okay, so that's 7 points of healing to you.
One more time.
Just 7 points of healing.
Great.
What a
Love
third.
it.
Oh, man. Okay.
And then for my action, will do, you know what? Just do a big old whap with my warhammer on one of the regular cow skelly people.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and get the one that Ulman has been
Wailing on.
Yeah, wailing on. Choo! All right, that's going to be 17.
Okay. 17 totally hits. Roll for damage.
A big old smack for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you feel like your bludgeoning damage is taking you a little bit farther than it would normally. Maybe you have unlocked the secret to smashing things. Maybe it's just this guy was like born to be smashed, but there is a real synergy happening between your Warhammer and this Minotaur right now. And on a corporate level, you're very pleased. Okay, so next up is going to be Albus.
All right, so what enemies are still up?
The enemies that are still up are all of them. 2 specters, 1 Bodak, and 2 Minotaur Skellies.
Okay. I wouldn't know if any of them are like particularly resistant to like psychic damage, would I?
Make an Arcana check.
20.
Okay, so 20, you know that none of them are actually immune or resistant to psychic.
Okay, what? All right, so I'm gonna look at one of these specters, and I needed to make a wisdom save.
Okay. That is most likely going to fail with a 7.
I'm coming too close to have you fuck this up. Oh. Could be better. Okay. That's going to be 21 points of psychic damage. And
But
must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
so it would use its reaction. But as you say that you're getting too close for this thing to fuck this up for you, it turns to dust. You completely just wipe it off of the face of this temple for good. This specter is no longer a threat to you.
Ulman, take a brain.
Okay, so did you have, that was your action, bonus action. Next up, the specter that just saw what you did to its friend? Undead are, it's hard to determine if they have friends or not, but its companion in spookiness. So it is going to try and lash out against you. It does not like what you have done during this time. So that is a clusterfuck. What it was. Definitely cocked. Yeah. So an 18 to hit.
Shield.
Okay, so it attempts to pull its palms out towards you, and as it tries to breathe in your life essence, you just...
Tentacle.
No.
No.
No touch. Okay. So then next up are the 2 Skelly-mens that are currently near Ulman and Hish. Ulman, you are back up, so to say, but you're still on the ground. You are currently prone after having dropped. And they see that...
feigning death.
Just pretending to be dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. They see that Hish is currently engaged with this other undead men, and so they are going to try and swing with their great axes towards the great captain. So, that is a 24 and a 26, respectively.
Yeah, those both hit.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh boy.
So the first hit is going to be for 19 points of slashing damage.
Easy peasy.
And then the second is going to be for 21 points of slashing damage.
These bitches ain't shit.
Next up, Hish.
God, I hate these big boys, but I gotta get this little Jabberwock first. Something tells me I need to get this man down first. So yeah, I think Hish is just gonna keep slicing the Scream Mask man.
Okay.
With his flame tongue scimitar. And we have a new dice this time. Maybe it won't roll so crappy. Nope. That is a 2 + 8.
No.
I can't imagine it hits.
No, that's not going to work.
That's okay, because he has an extra attack and he's going to try again. He was too busy sipping his tea. That is a natural 20.
Womp, 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 womp. Roll me some damage. And, of course, on this channel, when you crit, you double all the dice, including your flame tongue dice.
Yes. Okay. Get a handful of d6s here. Do I add +7 to both of the
No, you only add +7 the first time.
Okay. That seems fair enough. Okay, so slashing damage. 5 + 7 slashing damage. So that's 12. And then 9. Oh, that's actually 10. And then 7. So 17 fire damage.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so 17 fire damage, and then +7 for your... and then all of the others?
So 12 slashing damage and 17 fire damage.
So, Hish, what does it look like as you lay the final hit on this here Bodak?
This fucker's face goes up in flames, because he just... I don't think it's anything particularly, like, fancy or flashy. I think he just does, like, one big, long swoop upwards after having missed the first hit downwards. Just kind of circles back and strikes upwards and just whoosh sets this guy on fire.
May I add a small bit of flourish?
Yes.
You have your #1 dad mug that you've been drinking out of.
Yes.
So it's one of those, like, you look down, swish it around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Finishing move, like barely paying attention, just like, it's too early for this bullshit. Then, as they erupt behind you, make it anime as fuck every time. All right, so Hish, you have dealt with this figure. Ulman, what would you like to do? Currently, there are 2 Skellimens and 1 Spectre.
I think I would like to just get up with half my movement speed.
Okay.
Disengage. Move back 15 feet. And shoot at a skeleton with an Eldritch Blast. $17?
17 will hit. Roll for damage.
That'll be 7.
Okay, and this is the one that you've been continuously injuring?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ulman like kind of skitters back on all fours and like stands up and dusts himself off. Oh, that was closer than I like to admit. Let's take care of this. And plants his feet and shoots at the skeleton.
Okay. Sounds good. So, next up is Jill.
Okay, one last skelly bro left. I think it's time to go ham with the hammer. And just take a big old baseball swing at it.
Okay.
For 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19 totally hits. Roll for damage.
Pew! And that is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that is just what you needed to actually drop this thing down. So you are just baseball swinging somewhere off in the distance. The home run bat sound effect from Smash Bros. Is definitely making the same. It's there. It's out in the universe. But yes, you just home run smash this skeleton. No problem. All right. So, did you have a bonus action you would like to do?
For my bonus action, I would like to rest my warhammer on the ground and look really cool.
Okay, sounds good. So, you are busy looking cool. Albus, what are you doing?
Is there still a specter up?
Yes, there is. It's very close to you. It was trying to get all up in your biz.
Wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Second level, dissonant whispers.
Okay, that is an 8.
There are 3 6s and a 3.
Nice.
So 21.
Okay, same thing, Albus. As you are just walking steadily down this hallway, you are just dusting specters out of existence. You see that there's like a little bit of their essence that has been left up along the wall, kind of like in almost a crime scene layout style. They are just up against these walls, but you continue to walk forward, undaunted by their presence. These specters are no more.
Is there anything else?
There is one healthy-ish looking Minotaur. He has been injured before.
I'm going to hold on.
Okay.
To my last bardic inspiration, so.
Sounds good. So, then next up is that their Minotaur's turn, and it is going to turn towards you, Jill, as you have set your warhammer down on the ground and are striking a coolish pose.
No, I look so cool though.
You do, but thankfully you didn't put your shield down while you were doing this to look cool. So, it is going to get a natural 20 against you.
Hate that.
Which is pretty cool. Because the dice that it uses for its great axe really doesn't get any amount of love, typically. So yay, D12s.
Alright, let's see the damage.
Alright, so you are going to be taking a total of 24 points of slashing damage.
We're still up, and I'm gonna use a reaction.
Okay.
Fucking Wrath of the motherfucking Storm. Make that dex saving throw.
Okay. That is a 12.
Doesn't save. So, I imagine as this fucking Minotaur waylays Jill, she's just like, I have already died once in this little trip. I will not die again. And like red lightning shoots out from her in like the shape of chains.
Yes!
And fucking waylays into this little Minotaur. Fuck. Where's my other D8? There we go. That's going to be 7 points of lightning damage.
Sounds good. Yeah, so it kind of like recoils back a little bit, and I imagine that the lightning normally, as it would wreath over somebody, now is forming these brief manacles, like these brief kind of chain links around it. It's perfect. I love. So that is it for its turn. Hish, you have seen Jill just shoot chain lightning, literal chain lightning, out of herself, targeting the Skellyman. It is the only one that is still currently up. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think he's still sipping from his mug and kind of looks over at Jill and with like raised eyebrows and looks back over at the Minotaur and just does the like whistle. And yeah, I think he's gonna do the same like thing that he did to the Jabberwock. Just gonna flame tongue scimitar this man.
Do it.
He's got one move and he does it well. Except for this time where he that's a critical failure.
Seen some crit. All right, so, but what does your second attack look like?
Let's see what the second attack looks like. That's an 18 plus 8.
That's
so
good.
I figured that one probably hits. That's 12 slashing damage and 8 fire damage.
Hoo-hoo. Okay. It is still up. It does not like what has happened to it, but it doesn't like a lot of what's happened to it, being an undead skelly.
Well, it should have thought of that before it came at us.
It should. And speaking of people who always think things through, Ulman, it is your go.
People who think things. Sorry, what? Me?
Yes. The very same.
Oh, all right. Whatever you say. I think I am going to just shoot another blast at that Skeleman.
Okay.
Does 21 hit?
Oh, totally.
That uses up my inspiration too. That's 8.
Okay. Sounds good.
And like takes careful aim and then just yells out, "Headshot!"
Okay. Sounds good. Next up, Jill, it is your turn once again.
Okay. Alright, so bonus action, gonna do a little level 1 healing word on myself. She's gonna be like, come on, Jilfa'en. And grit her teeth and heal up for, what is that, 8 points? Yeah. Okay, and then, as an action, just swing again with this Warhammer, because it's doing pretty well so far.
Do it.
We love smashing skellies here. That's a 21.
Oh, totally hits. Roll for damage.
Big ol' fuck you, my friend. That's 7 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. Sounds good. It is barely able to hang on. You've taken out most of its bones with just swinging this Warhammer through it. And it, again, looks like it is barely holding itself together at this point. Albus.
Wisdom save, please.
Okay.
First level.
This is a wise-ass Minotaur. That's a 16.
That's fine. It still takes half damage.
No.
5.
Okay. 5 after or 5 before?
5 after.
Okay, so
I rolled 10.
Albus, you are just strutting through this fucking dungeon. These monsters don't need to be here. And, yeah, you destroy this skeleton with psychic damage once again.
You are not what I'm looking for.
And this skeleton just kind of shudders a little bit and then collapses down onto the ground in a pile of bones. Leaving the 4 of you And breathing heavy, combat is over. Ulman, you have gone down. Jill, you have suffered quite a bit of damage. Hish, you have also taken quite a bit of damage, and Albus looks fine. Sickly, but fine.
Okay.
That was not fun.
I know it's the first room, but let's just take a little breather.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can totally take a short rest if you would like.
I'm not feeling as spry as I used to.
I think I agree. That's quite the beating to take right after breakfast. I'm still digesting.
Albus will do a song of rest if we need it.
Okay.
I'm at 7 health. I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Remind me what that does.
So if you roll any hit die, you get an extra d6. Yes, an extra 1d6. Excuse me while I look up ridiculously beautiful ocean poems. Timeless sea breezes, sea wind of the night. You come from no one. If someone should wake, he must be prepared how to survive you. Timeless sea breezes that for eons have blown ancient rocks. You are pure space coming from air. Oh, how a fruit-bearing fig tree feels your coming high up in the moonlight. That's it.
Excellent.
I have to find some D10s because I never use D10s.
All right, so as you guys are healing up and taking this short rest, what is the current plan? Albus, you know that coming up in front of you is going to be the better part of the winding way.
Okay, so one thing that I would very much like to do as we traverse this dungeon is, I know in 5th edition we're not conditioned to have like 10-foot poles. So instead I want to just like mage tentacle out on the floor in front of us and just like feel for, you know, pits where one could be dropped into and then stabbed.
Okay. Yeah, totally. We can find you these pits. Gotta make sure.
Wow, is it just me, or does Albus seem a little paranoid today?
He doesn't respond.
This seems extremely sensible. I would have thought something similar up. He had it.
Okay. So, as you guys are, after you've finished your rest and you open up the door that leads into the hallway, Albus, that you have been in before, you see that there is a path in front of you and then a pathway to the right and to the left. Which path would you like to take?
Which one did I go through?
You went straight last time.
Let's just keep making right-hand turns.
Okay. So, as you take a right-hand turn, your tentacled hand ends up going out, and you see that there is... Actually, Jill, also while Albus's tentacled hand is going out, you and Ulman, what is your passive perception?
16.
So, Ulman, Jill, and then Hish, what's yours? Passive perception for Hish.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
16.
Okay, so everybody except Albus, who is currently like fluttering around with this ghastly tentacle, actually stop, and you all see that there is a tripwire that actually is very thin and leads across this hallway as itself. You know that looking at it, you're not exactly sure where the trap will actually occur, but you do know that if you were to traverse past this point, that something dangerous would happen. And Albus, as the tentacle kind of goes over that and checks the next area in front, you feel that there is it looks like stone, but as your tentacle kind of brushes up against it, it seems to have more give to it, almost like it is trying to pretend to be stone, or something is being disguised to look like stone.
Would I gain any other insight based off of that?
Based off of the direction that you went the day before, you are pretty sure that is that is a wood panel that actually led to a trap that you had fallen in yourself.
Okay, can I activate it?
Yeah,
To like just show off that like, hey, there are pits here. I'm
Yeah.
not just being paranoid for no reason.
As you push down with the tentacle, the lot of you hear that there is kind of a snapping sound, and then this wooden board just sort of breaks and tumbles down, and you see that there is now an opening into a pit.
Oh.
Yes, watch your step.
Yeah, and the tripwire there activates who knows what.
I'm sorry, what?
Tripwire.
Should I trip it?
No, I don't think so.
Ulman,
Okay,
would you be
where
able
is
to
it?
disengage it?
I can try.
Okay, make a sleight of hand / thieves tools check, Ulman.
$22.
Oh, Ulman, these traps are so easy. They're old, antiquated. This is like baby's first tripwire. As you go and you see that as it extends out, that there is a moment that's kind of holding it back on a spring that'll then snatch, you just stick the smallest pebble inside of it and cut the wire, and as you do, it tries to snap back to signal that the trap has been sprung and gets caught on that pebble and holds. No problem. Trap disarmed.
I used to make similar traps to catch rabbits out in the woods. It'd ring a little bell in the house.
Huh. That's oddly cute.
Yeah, but what does this trap do? Because if it's something really weird, I'm going to be concerned.
I mean, it caught them so that I could go kill them and skin them and cook them.
I think she meant this one and this.
Oh, this?
Yes.
No, I've no clue. Can I look around?
Make an investigation check.
12.
So, you see that above where you are, that these stone blocks that kind of make up the ceiling above you, one of them seems oddly colored, almost, and as you kind of get close to it and use some of your tools to scrape a little bit of it, just what might be either slime or scum, as you scrape some off, you see that it is actually more of a deep greener color. You're pretty sure this is a poison brick. That if you had walked through the tripwire, this poisoned brick would have fallen and hit you.
It's a... Why would you poison a brick? That's... Why not use needles? I mean, come on, you have a spiky pit right here.
Right.
This is just... Oh, it would crush you in the... That's actually great. That's great, yeah. And then the poison would get into your blood because you're in the
Yeah.
spike pit, and yeah.
Yeah, that's
I get
really
it now.
great.
Yeah, this is very casual for how macabre this is.
I mean, it's interestingly designed.
I love this. I love this so much. Okay.
So can we keep going forward with that spike trap engaged?
Yeah.
Or?
As you go, you could kind of walk around it. It seemed almost like it was in the center of this room to kind of get you into it so that way it would have a place to drop into the pit. As you walk...
And I'm still tentacling.
Yeah, as you tentacle out, you see that there is a hallway in front of you that looks like it extends into a larger room. And then there is a pathway to your right and to your left. Well, right and left.
Still right-hand turns.
Okay, so still a right-hand turn. And as you go forward again, Albus, it's very difficult for you to spot this out, but the other three, again, just whoa, 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 whoa. Tripwire.
Again. Freaking again.
And it looks like there is once again another tripwire. And at the end of this hallway, you actually see that there is a door.
So step over it or disengage it.
Is it the same, like...
Baby's
switch
first
as the last
tripwire.
one?
Yep.
Can I just disengage it the
Oh,
same
totally.
way?
Use another Thieves' Tools check.
Okay. It's a 17 on dice.
Oh, still easy. Easy enough to kind of stop this tripwire. And then you just see that there is this door directly in front of you.
Okay.
The door unlocked.
Who would like to go in first?
Squint at the door. Anything could be trapped.
Well, go on, do your thing.
I poke at the door. I check for traps.
Okay. So as you check for traps, make an investigation check on the door.
17.
This door is not trapped.
I can confirm this door is completely regular.
Is it push or pull?
It is a pull.
Okay.
Ooh, that means the hinges are on this side. We can make it a push door.
Albus would like to go in front and open the door and just like peek in.
Okay, Albus, as you open up the door and peek
I don't like
in,
the way you said that.
you pull the door open and you hear a clicking sound as well as a thoop, as a ballista on the other side of the door fires a bolt out towards you. That is a natural one. So it sinks into the door and the point gets oh so close to your face. But it has not injured you.
Mage handing the doors from now on. I thought you said this was a regular door.
The door is regular.
The other side of the door was irregular.
I'm not psychic. I can't see through the door.
I am, but I can't.
Let's just go.
What's in the room?
You look like, as you look in, you see that there is just a large ballista placed in the back of this small room.
Ah, fuck off. Close the door.
Okay. And
More
as you
right-hand
do, there
turn.
is a large, like, ka-thung, as the remainder of this ballista bolt just kind of falls down. All right, so looking back behind you, to your left is the path that you have come. To the right led down into a larger chamber, and directly in front of you, you see that there are two doors.
If we keep making right-hand turns, which one do we get to next?
If you keep making right-hand turns, you go into the large chamber.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you go and you see that, again, the floor is kind of broken out, you manage to take this right-hand turn. And as you go around this corner, you see and enter into this chamber. There are no sconces that are lit, so it seems very dark at this point. And you see that there are chests, urns, and a large strong box that stand in alcoves set uniformly against this chamber's walls. Some chests are open, and you see jewelry and coins spilling out of them. Colored flashes of light sparkle with the promise of gems and jewels, and in the center of this room is a green stone statue of a beautiful-looking elf. What would you guys like to do?
Is this what Ozymandias was looking for all this gold, just this shit ton of gold and jewels.
I mean, he did say that there was gold down here.
Oh, well then, mission accomplished, I guess. That wasn't so bad. Let's take this and go.
Yep. Agreed.
Can I squint suspiciously at the gold?
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Another 17.
Okay. Looking at them, it appears to be gold and silver shining back at you.
I'd like to take a closer look at the statue of the elven woman.
Sure. It was not specified, male or female. It is just beautiful looking elf.
Elven person.
Yes, they are all gorgeous, so beautiful elf.
Oh, that is a 3.
This is a lovely shade of green. Kind of reminds you of the coat that you had taken from you by Viari.
Aw, now I'm mad.
So like there's just gold in here. There's nothing. There's no jewel.
There is no jewel, but there is a gold, silver, jewels aplenty.
Can I just start like mage tentacling the jewels over toward Hish? You're Horde's person, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll start tentacling some over to
Are
you.
there any diamonds in there?
Jill, make an investigation check.
Oh shit. I'm gonna. I say oh shit because I'm still recovering from, being dead-itis. Oh shit, I dropped that dice. Let me roll another one. Okay, that's going to be probably a 7. Yes,
Okay.
7.
So, with your 7, as you go over and begin investigating, you start just kind of sifting through these coins, and you are just looking for a fatty diamond. That is the one thing that you are currently looking for. And as you go and kind of peel your way through this box, you see that there is a piece of paper that is actually lining the bottom of this kind of chest that you were looking through. And as you peel it back, you see that it reads in common, "Dear Thief, a lot of work for nothing, wasn't it?" And as you bring your hands up, you hear that some of the coins are actually tumbling out onto the floor, and as they clink against the stone, it is not a metallic sound. It sounds almost like wood hitting against stone. And as the wood hits and echoes through this chamber, you see Hish directly in front of you, that there is a light shimmer on the statue as the statue's head then turns down and looks directly at you. And you see that their face peels up into a brief smile, and their eyes squint at you, and then their jaw elongates down, and you can see that they have very pronounced canines actually coming from their top jaw as well as on the bottom jaw. And as this creature looks down at you and begins to hiss violently, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening.
Sir,
Son of a bee.
So,
what the fuck?
yeah! So, I would like to say, hey, thanks everybody who decided to stop by, give us a rate. Thank you, Cyberwolf, for dropping a sub bomb earlier in the chat. That was really cool. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to bit.ly/adventure merch while you can before we switch over to Teespring. And hey, if you've already done all those things, consider leaving us a review. Tag us on Twitter. Let us know how we are doing, and we will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. And we are back in the midst of a very spooky journey indeed. Because, Jill, as you were rifling through this gold-painted treasure, a vampiric statue began to manifest itself directly next to you, Hish. So I would like for everybody to roll initiative.
Very much don't like this. Oh no, I don't like that either, Albus.
Okay.
5.
Jill, what'd you get?
7.
Hish, what'd you get?
6.
Okay. Ulman, what'd you get?
Bring us home.
10?
And
Tired.
Pretty surprising.
well, at least it's going to go, you know, you guys as a chunk and then the creature as a chunk.
Okay.
The only downside that I can see to this right now is that the creature is going to be going before you guys. So,
Yay.
it is going to go first. And Hish, you being the creature that is closest to it, it is going to bring down both of its claws towards you. And the first hit is it's a hit with a 24, unless you have a means of deflection.
Nope.
Okay, so that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That's fine.
And then as its claws sink into your shoulder, it is going to bring your body in and it is going to attempt to do a bite against you.
No.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Then that is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. However, there's something not right about this bite. You feel like
Just something.
the rest of you guys actually see that there is this dark energy that seems to emanate out of its fangs and seeps into the holes that it has used to puncture Hish's side. As your blood flows freely on its mouth, it doesn't seem like it is capable of drinking your blood, but is purely doing this for sport. And Hish, you are currently cursed for the next 10 minutes.
That's rude. Well, also, what does that mean?
That means that as long as you are cursed, this creature has advantage on all attacks against you.
What a jerk.
And it is going to then use its second claw and attack. For a 22 to hit.
Yep.
And then that is going to be for a total of 7 points of slashing damage.
All right. Okay. All right. You know what? They can just have me. This monster can just have me.
Ulman, it is your turn. You have watched as you have been inspecting these coins, right as you were about to realize that this was, as you got closer, that coins normally will get tarnish and rust on them. In those places you had seen that the gold had actually been brushed away and that it was revealing wood underneath. And then you looked over and you see that the statue that was in the middle of this room currently has sunk its claws into Hish's shoulders is the word I am looking for, and has sunk its teeth into his neck as well. What would you like to do?
Oh, you. All right. And he points at them and like thinks about it, and he's like, Ham, can you do your eye thing? And the statue gets googly eyes. And then I'm gonna run up to stab it.
Is that the Hexblade's curse?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
Sorry. What?
Normally when Ulman has performed his Hexblade's curse, it usually makes their eyes look like they are cataract over. But whenever you guys have been fighting things that don't have eyes, he instead puts googly eyes on them.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I assume a 9 doesn't hit, though.
A 9 does not hit.
Cool. I can't Eldritch Blast as a... No, that's an action. Never mind, not a bonus.
That is correct. All right, so next up, Jill.
Jill will be like, Omen, what the fuck is this? And I guess now that this big old statue lady has a hold of Hish, she is going to extend her hand, and the spiral on the back will begin to like light up slowly as it spirals out, and just a red beam of energy forms her hand and shoots out like a chain as she casts Guiding Bolt.
Nice. Roll a hit.
La, 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 la. Okay, that is going to be a 19 to hit.
A 19 does hit.
Sweet. Guiding bolt is 46. Let me roll the 46 now. Okay, that's going to be 14 points of radiant damage.
Hooey. Okay. So, and now it is glowing with this sickly red light. As the next hit against it has advantage. However, as this beam just sails into it, it is going to use a legendary action and take a second bite against you, Hish.
Sorry.
Yes. And it is going to sink its teeth in even more against ye. And that is a 25 to hit. For a total of 9 points of piercing damage.
All right. Still up.
Hish, it is your turn.
Great. I'd like to take my scimitar, and while I am in the clutches of this vampiric statue, just try and stab it through its stony gut. Let's see if that'll work. There's a 9 plus 8, 17.
A 17 is a success.
Yes.
And you did roll with advantage, correct?
I did not roll with advantage.
Okay. Because it was guiding bolted, you have advantage. So see if you crit.
Well, it's a 13, so...
So no.
No. I roll the... I'm just gonna... Okay, so that's a 5 plus 7, 12.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then... That's slashing damage. And then 7 fire damage.
Okay, so... Sorry. So it was 12.
12 slashing, 7 fire.
Okay, that is where I got wrong on that one. Because I was like, yes, 12. That is a total number. And then the second number hit. So that's on me. Okay, what would you like to do? You have a second attack, I believe.
Oh, I do. That's brand new to me.
Some good shit.
Yeah, I'm going to pull that scimitar back out and try and stab it again. That is a 16 plus 8.
Okay, that'll totally hit. Roll for damage.
Yes. That is a 9. No, sorry, 8 slashing damage. And then another 7 fire damage.
Okay. Sounds good. So, it is then, after you have slashed it, it is going to release its claws out of you, and you see that its jade face actually turns and looks directly over at Hish, and it is going to use 2 legendary actions. It is going to use 1 to move, allowing it to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. And it just glides across the ground, moving directly up to you, Hish, where it is then going to attempt to, or not Hish, against Jill, and it is going to attempt to use a bite. That is a measly 12.
No.
All right, so that was Hish's turn. Albus.
Bonus action. Hish, how about a 3rd level healing word?
I would love that.
That'd be good, right? It could have been better. You get 8 points.
Thank you.
So like, where you're even vampire bit, you just a little bit of that aboleth mucus just like clots it up. It's fine.
Chapstick.
Chappy.
Like rubbing chapstick over a mosquito bite.
Oh, fun.
And then that would say bonus action. That was a spell. Okay. Can I get the statue to make a strength save, please?
You can. So that is a 15.
That's my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. So it is now the statue's turn. And it is in front of you, Jill, and it is going to try and bite out against you a second time. That is an 18.
That'll just do it.
Okay.
That'll just.
So that is going to be for 7 points of piercing damage.
I would like to use my reaction to pop off again with that, what's its name? Wrath of the Storm. Yes.
Okay.
Make that dex save.
Okay, that is a 20.
Well, guess what? You'll take half of this. So that is 8 lightning damage reduced to 4.
So, as these chains wrap up and around this figure, you see them the smile on their face actually extends upward, and with both hands, they just brush off the chains from them. They seem to be immune to lightning damage.
Oh, get fucked.
And as you say that, it is going to rear up with one of its claws, and it is going to swing down towards you with it. And because you are now cursed, with the creature's bite, it has advantage against you and got a 21 to hit.
Well, that'll just do it.
Okay, so that is a total of 8 points of slashing damage. And then it is going to try and slash out against you again. And that is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
For another 8 points of slashing damage.
Please.
Okay, that is it for its turn. Next up, Ulman. You've seen that it has bit into Hish, slashed them down, and then has moved over towards Jill, and seems to be going through the motions with her as well.
This beastie. All right. I think I'm just gonna continue chasing after it. Can I get in flanking with Jill?
Yes, you can.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a Wrathful Smite with my bonus action. Uh, 17?
A 17 hits. Roll for damage.
Great. $21.
Okay.
And it makes a wisdom saving throw. No will in this household, apparently.
No, none. And that is a 13.
Is it immune to fear?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
And Part of you wonders if the immunity to fear is part of its large googly eyes that you have placed onto its face that are now like blood splattered, but you can still see the shaky balls underneath the plastic covering. It's unsettling. All right, so that is your turn, Ulman. And now that you have moved up directly onto it, it is going to use a legendary action to do you a bite as well.
I'd like to impose disadvantage on this.
Okay.
For a brief second, you could swear Ulman's head looks exactly like a large piece of garlic.
19.
Wow. Yeah.
You saved yourself from a nat 20, so that's good.
Oh!
All right, that is for 14 points of piercing damage, and you are now cursed as well. Okay. So, Ulman, that was your turn. Jill, it is now your turn, because I can't say turn, apparently.
Is she up in my face now, or is she up in Ulman's face? Okay,
directly up in your face as well.
Directly all up in my face. Well, I certainly don't like that. So I'm going to Oh, hang on. This is new. Let me look at this. I'm just looking at some of my automatically prepared spells from leveling up. Okay, no. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that one. Yeah, no. Heck it. We're gonna go in with. Oh no, wait. It's all up on me. Never mind. Okay. I figured out what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna cast just a nice little healing word on myself. Just a nice little motivational word. And just give myself 7 hit points back. You know, I chant affirmations. And then I'm just gonna smack it with my hammer.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Bwomp, 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 bwomp. Roll for damage.
Alrighty. So that is going to be 2d8 plus 3. 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, sounds good.
That is it for me.
Okay, so it is then going to use a legendary action to move. And it then stands directly in front of Albus. Hish, it is your turn.
I would like to. I think Hish is gonna take out that healing potion from our friend Ozzy and pour it into his #1 dad mug. Take a good sip. Remind me, how many die are in a healing potion again?
A regular healing potion is 2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
I like to imagine there's still like a little bit of coffee in there, but it was one of those just like, I'm not going to waste coffee. I was going to say good coffee, but this Abbey probably has not had good coffee for quite some time.
Yeah. Probably makes the coffee taste better, so.
Oh, probably. It's a nice cherry accent now.
Those are 4 and another 4 plus 2, 10.
Okay.
I will take it. And then does that take my whole action, or can I use my action?
Yes.
Okay.
You can still move. You still have your bonus action if you would like.
I've never understood if my punch is a bonus action or not.
It is, as long as you have used your action to make a primary weapon attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna be my whole turn.
Okay. This creature is then going to use its legendary action to bite into Albus. Or at least try. That is a 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I shield it, my AC becomes 19. That's not helpful.
Albus, you are going to be taking 13 points of piercing damage.
I am not dead.
And you are cursed. You're all cursed. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. It's now your turn.
Okay. As it gets close to me, I'm gonna just like swish out my rapier and try to attack. It's gonna miss. With a 12.
Okay. A 12 does not hit.
How's everybody looking? Huh. It's fine. Everything's
with
fine.
the D Beyond extension.
Yeah, I'm looking the worst out of everybody. So I'll bonus action first level. Wait, yeah, first level healing word on myself. Healing word is first level, right?
Yes.
So I'll get a cheeky little 5 hit points. That's my turn.
Sounds good. So then next up is the creature. And it is going to raise up its claws, and it is going to try and do a smack on Albus. That is it has advantage because you were cursed. Ooh, I am glad for the advantage as a person. Because it gave me a natural 20. Womp, 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 womp. So for it, claw, it is going to deal 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And it is going to make a second attack with its other claw against you. And that is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 9 points of slashing damage. Still good? No? Okay. So Albus has dropped. And then it is going to then turn. And it looks over towards... sorry, just a second. Yeah, it looks over towards... back over towards your guys' group. And Hish, seeing as how you have this flaming sword that you have kind of been throwing around, this creature is then going to rush up towards you and attempt to bite you again. That is a 15 to hit. All right. Sounds
Not
good.
it.
Sounds good. That is it for its turn. So, Ulman, what would you like to do?
I'd like to stab it, please.
Okay.
Thank you. A 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. Roll for damage.
Ooh. Do I have the sneak attack?
The sneak attack, yes, because it ran up to try and bite Hish.
Cool. That's another 20 damage.
Hoo-wee. Okay. Sounds good.
And I look at it and I say, hit me!
Okay. And at the end of your turn, it is going to use a legendary action called Blood Reaper. All characters who are currently cursed by the statue within 20 feet of it take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Does that include me?
You are still cursed by it, as the curse lasts for 10 minutes.
So is that 2 death saves?
That is 1, because it is only a melee attack that will count as 2. And this is not an attack, this is just an ability. And you guys feel that your blood is just being pulled out of your pores, and it is just going towards this creature that seems to get it washed up onto itself. None of its cracks or breaks or pierce marks seem to heal because of this, but it is still bathing itself in your blood. So, Ulman, that was your turn. Jill.
Okay, so we're gonna go over to Albus and we're gonna kneel down and just with the hand with the spiral of what's his face? What's his nickname? I forget.
Arisden, the Chained Oblivion?
The Chained Oblivion. I was just like, fuck, Chain Daddy. What's his name?
Daddy.
Look, if you want to have it be named, if you want to call him Chain Daddy, I doubt that he will be like, no, that's not my name.
No, please don't.
Oh, I feel weird now. We are at that stage in our relationship.
Okay. And yeah, with the hand of the Chain Daddy, just gonna do a real quick chest compression on you as I pump in I'll give you level 2 cure wounds. No, wait. No, you're down. I can do better than that. I can do better than that. I'll give you a level 3. That'll be nice. Okay. D8. Okay. So that's going to be 20 points of healing to you, sir. And
Why does it take religion?
and that's an action. So that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to use its Blood Reaper ability again. So everybody will once again take 5 points of necrotic damage. Okay. Next up, Hish.
I would love to stab. I would love to do a big scimitar flame stab.
Okay.
Right in this vampire's back.
Right in his butt.
Right in his butt, please. That was a 13 plus 8.
That'll totally hit. Roll for damage.
Yay! So I need this one. That is a 4 plus 7, 11. So that's 11 slashing damage. And then 10 fire damage.
Okay. All right. Attack number 2.
I always forget. Slash again. 11 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Another 11 slashing damage. And 9 flame damage.
Okay. This creature looks like it is barely able to hold itself together at this point, but it is once again going to use its third legendary action to use the Blood Reaper ability and take another 5 from all of you.
Does this count for proccing reaction spells?
It does not, because it
On
is not an
damage?
attack.
Okay.
Or which spell? The Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, because it's in response to being damaged by the creature, not
Yeah, you would be able to
specifically
proc
being
that
attacked.
then. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I want to, I'm right next to it, so as this, darkness washes over me again, Ham yells out, "That's not fair!" and just punches it with a flaming fist.
Okay. Yeah, that's an 18.
He takes half then. So 18, so 9 damage halved.
Okay. Or 9 is halved, right? So Ham, out of all of your companions, Ham is the one who gets the final strike on this, as you see Ulman's body cock back and go for the falcon punch, but you see that the arm around the forearm just grows and extends outward to be a large-sized hand to punch this large-sized creature right in the face, similar to a take on somebody your own size sort of standing. And as the fist makes connection, you see that the googly eyes rattle for just a brief moment before the head of this statue just explodes in a shower of jade, as this body then falls and topples over down off to the side, no longer moving. Ulman, there is this jade powder that has currently begun to fill the air, and the lot of you just see Ulman once again just breathe in deep of these jade magical fumes that then enter in through his nostrils and and just wreath along his shoulders and biceps as this green stone just seems to seep into him and then kind of shakes out a little bit, feeling good. You guys are no longer in combat, having destroyed this statue.
This place is not friendly at all. I don't like it.
Jill's gonna look over at Hish and is gonna be like, "Are you done with the mug?"
What are you gonna do with it?
She just takes out her healing potion.
Yes, and he hands it over.
Just gonna chug one of these bad boys in in Hish's #1 dad mug.
Albus is also gonna pop a healing potion.
What I assume all the gold is like, what's happened to all the gold and jewels and gems after this vampire gets huffed?
After this vampire is huffed, as you were going around checking in all these gems and jewels and everything else, it is all wood that has been painted and covered. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Or perception, sorry.
7 plus 6.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, you don't end up finding anything else. It just all seems to kind of be mundane falsehoods.
Yeah, Hish dejectedly kicks some of it and dumps the rest out of his bag.
There's several handfuls that you had kind of slunk into the horseperson bag. You're like, headquarters probably wouldn't like having to count out fake gold. Okay, we're gonna just put this back. Sounds good. So, Jill and Ulman, as you guys are just kind of taking a breather, drinking your health potions, one out of Hish's #1 dad mug, and then Ulman, you had just kind of regained some HP after having huffed the jade statue. So that sounds like a euphemism. The both of you can see up against this wall that to the northmost corner on the left-hand side, that there is a door that is set against the wall, but the two of you are able to spot that the stones in front of you don't necessarily line up. They seem to kind of be set just slightly off, almost in the way that you would normally lay bricks, but it seems a little bit too uniform on this area. And both of you actually spot that there is a hidden passageway that actually seems to be behind this wall. And as you push against it very quickly, you hear a satisfying as the door swings open towards you, revealing a very dingy hallway that then extends down into a door directly in front of you and a door on the right.
Well, I know which direction Albus is going to want to go.
How much further are we willing to press into here?
I thought we found the gold. Do we have to go any further?
We found wood.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, what are we thinking?
I just don't want anyone hurt again, and we're looking a little rough.
I would very much like to press on.
You have a look on your face, Hish, like you're going to say something.
It's better that I don't say anything.
Very well. Do we want to take a breather or trying to?
If we're going to press on, I'd be more comfortable if we at least took a breather.
Very well. I will do a little sit.
I still feel, I don't know, cursed?
And the curse lasts for 10 minutes.
I don't think that cursed feeling is going to go away if we keep pressing forward.
Let's just do more than a 10-minute sit.
Okay. So, as the warlock has convinced everyone, once again, as they should, to take the short rest, you are able to spend hit die. Ulman and Ham, you get all of your spell slots back because warlock powers. And after your brief little sit down, taking sippies out of the #1 dad mug, what is your guys' current plan? As you see that you have unlocked this secret door that looks like it has 2 doors down the way, or there is another door farther up the wall.
Obviously down the secret passage, at least.
Secret doors.
It's secret, so it's got to be more valuable. It's only logical.
Yes, but which door within the secret passage?
The right door, I suppose.
He's making another right turn.
Are we watching NASCAR?
Left turns.
NASCAR in reverse.
It's mirror mode, clearly.
It's NASCAR, but with the emoji B on the beginning.
It's NASCAR.
All right, let's
Okay.
go.
So you guys end up going into this hallway after you open up this door, and you see at the end of this hallway is a pathway that leads to your left, and then what looks to be a door directly in front of you.
Forward.
Okay, so as you go forward, as you get close to this door, Hish, what was your passive perception? Was it 15 or 16?
16.
Okay, so once again, Albus is the only one who does not see this, as the three of you would feel like, very clearly laid out trap TM. You see that there is a connector to the top of this door that leads up to a set of dangerous looking locks above. And Ulman, you have Albus reach out with the tentacle and knock against the door, and you hear that it doesn't actually reverberate. There's no sound that carries into what would appear to be a next room. This seems like it is a false door specifically meant to trigger a trap above.
Can't fool us.
Let's try the other door.
What's behind door number 2?
Okay, so there is the hallway that extends down to the left, and then there is the door in the hallway that you guys had ditched. Are you going back to the hallway that you had ditched, or are you going down the hallway?
Yeah, so if we double back, that passageway would have been a right-hand turn, so we're going to go there.
Okay.
Your right turns are what got us cursed, Albus.
In all my years of D&D, I have always gone left, and now we're only going right, and it's killing me.
Okay, so as you double back and enter in to, as you like check the door for traps and look around, and everything else has been clearly laid out in some sort of trap-like fashion. But it does not seem like this door is trapped in any means. And as you fiddle with the lock and open it, it actually is a open inward, whereas most of these doors have kind of been a pull out. You see that this room You see that this room is a large square whose ceiling is held up by two massive gray granite pillars. The walls, floors, and ceiling are made of shiny black iron, and several bags, chests, and urns lie scattered around. You notice a shimmer in the air, like heat rising from a fire. Suddenly, the shimmering passes between you and one of the pillars, and you see that there are two humanoids made of the same iron as the walls that begin to just Terminator 2, almost like the Capri Sun liquid form, begin to manifest into human-like forms strutting out into the room. I would like for everybody to roll initiative.
Do you think if we close the door, they'll ignore us?
What direction turn did we make there?
It was a right turn.
Okay.
That's a 14 for Hish.
Jill?
13 for your girl.
Albus?
12.
Oh shit, really? Ulman, what'd you get?
28.
God damn it! Why couldn't you have just lied?
God damn it, the curve breaker.
Okay, so... Let me get that. Alright, so... there are these two figures that have emerged from the walls, and they are medium-sized, and you can see that they are just humanoid forms that seem to be made almost completely of iron. They rolled so poorly, so once again it is going to be you guys acting in a chunk and then them acting as a chunk. Okay, so that is good for me. So, Ulman, what would you like to do?
I've got this new turn one tactic I'd like to try out. It's called not rushing in and instead obviating my opponent and then maybe shooting at them from a distance.
Can't you only obviate once per day?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Is it day or long rest? You're totally right. Cool.
Okay.
So instead, I'll curse the golem on the left, giving it big, friendly, googly eyes.
Okay.
I can't imagine anything but the Minecraft golems, so, you know, that's what's in my head right now.
It's better than the Lord of the Ring golem being your opponent.
That's true. And I roll to blast.
Okay. And you can see that on these forms, their right hand is a long, sharp blade, and their left hand looks like a large hammer.
Okay. Can spells crit?
Yes, they can, if you make an attack with
Cool.
them.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 27, nat 20.
Okay, blah, 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 blah.
So as Ulman like plants his feet this time, like the bolt begins to charge at his hand, and as it releases, Ham yells out, "Extra power!" And another two small shots shoot out behind it, and both slam into it for 15 damage.
Holy snap. Okay. Sounds good. I dig. So, that is it for Ulman's turn. Next up is Hish.
You know what Hish is gonna do. He's gonna stab. There's two of them, right?
Yeah, there are two. One has been injured by Ulman, the other is uninjured.
I'm gonna take the uninjured one. And scimitar it. That is a 7 plus 8.
So a 15 does not hit.
No. One more time.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 3.
Sounds good. Do you have a bonus action you would like to do?
I do not.
Okay, sounds good. So, Jill, it is your go.
Question. Can
Answer.
I get the both of these in a little 10-foot radius sphere without hitting my friend Hish?
Yes.
Okay, good. Once again, hammer on the shield. I would like to cast Shatter, and I think because these dudes are made of metal, they get disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay. Well, amongst the 4 dice that I rolled, all for the disadvantage with the 2 of them, the highest that I got was a 5, so I'm pretty sure they both fail.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a fail, my friend. Dice. Dice. Okay. God, I have so many. I can't. My brain just panics. I'm like, oh, hit. Oh shit, where is my other D8? Okay, there it is. 15 points of thunder damage.
Woo! Okay. Sounds good.
That's it for me.
Yes. Okay. So, next up, Albus.
Is one of them looking worse for wear?
Yes.
I would like to get up to 60 feet away from it.
Easy.
And
At the
need it to
door,
make-
you are 30.
Okay, cool. I need it to make a con save.
Okay, that is going to be a 23.
That's my turn.
Sounds good. So, next up are the 2 creatures. So, Hish, you have rushed up, and you are currently trying to swing at them with your flamey weapon, while Jill and Ulman, you guys are in the back, just kind of hanging out as your fighter is trying to tank both of these. So, one of them is going to bring its arms up to the sides and tilt them. And then you see their body begins to spin, but the arms, while kind of staying in this steady metallic shape, are just twisting along the outside of the body, and it is going to use its whirl ability in an attempt to hit you. So I need you to make a dex save.
Right. That is a 19 minus 1, 18.
Okay, so you end up succeeding, so you are only going to be taking half of this. And that is half of 22, so you take 11.
All right.
And that is bludgeoning damage.
Thank goodness, because that would have just leveled me.
Which brings me to the second one,
Oh, cool.
who has a sword hand and a hammer hand, and with the sword, it rears back and is going to try and stab you through your gut.
All right.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh, fun.
Okay, so what is your current hit points?
10.
Okay.
Wah, 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 wah.
So that is going to be a total of 16 points of slashing damage.
Oh, Hish goes down.
I would like to point out that as a half-orc, you have your relentless
Oh,
endurance. Instead of going
thank
down,
you.
you can just choose to go to 1.
Then I'm going to choose to do that.
Okay. It is going to make a second attack against you with its hammer.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done it.
You can blame Mercer for this one, because that is another natural 20.
No. Not allowed.
What happens when the DM double womps?
I'm gonna eat that dice.
Go in timeout. That's what happens.
So you have to mail it to Kylan so she can eat it.
Oh my god. Okay. So that is a total of 20 points of bludgeoning dice as it rears back with its blade arm. It then cocks up with the hammer and just strikes you, dropping you down onto the ground.
Oh, is the mug okay?
Make a dexterity save.
Oh no. That's a 5.
So Hish, as you hit the ground and your vision goes to darkness, the last thing that you see is the mug that says number 1 dad hit at just the right angle that a small fracture appears halfway and it just splits in half and rests on the ground as your vision goes black.
No.
So, next up, Ulman. You have just seen Hish get tag teamed by these 2 living iron statues and the surefire shattering of the number 1 dad mug.
That's worse than losing a limb. I gotta go beat this boy up on the left here, I guess. Or the one who I'm cursed.
Removing limbs?
Look, I'm just saying he has a large bladed arm. I'm sure we could make this happen if you were really wanting it to.
I'm gonna green flame blade, the one who I've cursed.
Green flame. Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 totally hits. Roll for damage.
Do I have a sneak attack?
Yes. Because you
Or by
technically Hish is technically you're by yourself at this point. Hish is no longer threatening.
So 17 damage and then 5 fire damage to the other dude.
Okay.
Who I think needs to make a dex save.
That is a 14.
Do they have to make a dex save?
I don't believe so.
I think they just take it.
Yeah, it just leaps.
Yeah, no, I thought there was a dex save or be set on fire or something.
Nope. Not with green flame blade. Okay, so that is Ulman's turn. Did you have a bonus action you would like to do?
No. Oh, or I think green flame takes my bonus.
Green flame is a standard action, as that counts as your attack action.
Right, okay. Then no. Negatory. Go on.
Okay, sounds good. So, next up, Hish, I need you to make a death save for me.
Sure, I can do that. That's an 18.
That's good. That's a success.
I
Okay.
gotta come back to avenge.
To avenge the mug.
my mug.
All right, Jill.
All right, you know what time it is. It's cleric time, baby. We're gonna go down there. We're gonna slap a level. You know what? You're worth it. You're worth a level 2. You're worth a level 2 cure wounds. We're gonna slap that into you, Dad. Oh, wait. Yep. Okay, that's the right dice. Here you go. That's 15 points of healing to you. And then I will just pick up the mug halves really quickly.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Hish, you are alive once again. And you look up and you see that the two of you are standing between these 2 large living iron statues. It's a good sight. Next
Great.
up, Albus. Is your go.
How are you looking, Hish?
Not great, but not terrible, but not great.
How about if you were looking 9 points better?
I would love to look 9 points better.
Bonus action healing word at 2nd level.
Thank you.
That's what happened. Cool. I have 1 spell slot left. And I would very much like this statue to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Sounds good. That is a 9. I didn't think it would happen either, but here we are.
8 points of cold damage.
Ooh. And was this the more injured or less injured one?
The more injured one.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes.
Ooh, I like it.
And it's cursed by the sea, although that's not gonna make a fucking difference.
Okay. So, speaking of making differences, it is that creature's turn. It sees Jill is crouched down to do a heckin' cure wounds, and it doesn't like the smug attitude of your Documancer. So it actually raises up its hammer arm and is going to try and strike down against you, Jill, for a 15.
And no, sir.
So it's going to try and stab you instead.
Okay.
And that is also a 15.
And no.
No. Okay, so then it is the other one who also sees that you are kind of crouching over this figure that's more prostrated out on the floor. And it is going to try and hammer against you with a 19. And deal a total of 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it is going to try and stab you. And it gets a 25 to hit. And that is a total of 13 points of slashing damage.
Who is he hitting?
He is hitting Jill.
Okay.
Oh, wait, shit. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was Hish. Okay.
So
how many was
it? Was
it?
7. 7 the
7.
first time with bludgeoning.
Okay.
Oh.
They got
And when
higher than the 18 for both.
Yes, and then it was a 13.
It was 13 the
Yes.
second time. Woo, we still up barely.
And Jill, you are currently knocked prone after the hammer strike.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Ulman. As you just see that your cleric and fighter are currently just hammer, sword, hammer, sword. There's something very rhythmic about this.
How does the one I've been beaten up on look?
Pretty hurt.
Gonna keep beating up on him.
Okay.
Green flame blade. Does an 18 hit?
An 18
Or 19?
does hit. Yeah, so does a 19. Roll for damage.
Great. That's 19 damage to him, and 3 flame damage to the other one.
Okay. Sounds good. So the one that you have been stabbing on, looking mighty rough compared to his friend. So, next up is going to be Hish. Hish, you have been brought back up, and you saw that Jill, after curing you and hearing Albus's nyahoy-mahoys to kind of make you feel a little bit better, you saw Jill just get swatted with the hammer and then stabbed with a sword.
Yeah, Hish is going to
With your 16 perception, you would notice that your mug is not on the ground.
I'm gonna ignore that mug right now because I'm gonna slash out with my scimitar at this dumb giant Iron Man, essentially. Oh my god, it's a 5 + 8.
A
13.
13 will not hit. Make your second
Yeah.
attack.
Okay, second attack. 14?
A 14 also does not hit. Not being able to know where your mug is really throwing you for a loop right now, more so
All
than
right,
getting
I
stabbed
would like
and
to
beaten.
action surge.
Okay.
That is a 19.
19 does hit. Roll for damage.
And I would like to make this a distracting strike.
Okay.
So whoever hits it next has advantage. Okay. That's 8 slashing damage. Plus 8 fire damage.
Okay.
Plus an additional one more damage from the distracting strike.
Sounds good. Okay, so this is the end of your turn, unless you had any bonus action that you would like to do.
Actually, yes. I would like to, as a bonus action, use Second Wind.
That seems like a good option right now.
Yeah, it feels like a good option. So that's 5 plus 5, 10 HP regained.
Nice. Solid. So, Jill, it is your turn. This big fucko has just knocked you off to your side.
Positive words of affirmation. You are a strong, independent cleric, and you don't have to take anyone's shit. I'm just gonna give myself a little healing word.
Okay.
That's all I got right now. That's 8 points of healing. Okay, and I'm gonna use half my movement to get up. And as I get up, I would like to make a big old ring-a-ding-ding sound as I toll the dead on the one that looks the most hurt.
Okay.
Please make a wisdom save.
That's a 12.
Oh, yay, that fails. Nice. Does it have any other... Oh, yeah, it's missing... Oh, wait, shit, it's missing hit points, so that's 2d12. I never get to roll my d12s. Okay, that is 14 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. This thing looks very injured based off of the necrotic damage. It is beginning, like, parts of it are just beginning to slump off, it seems like. So, Albus, it is your go. And you see that there is one of these creatures that looks like it is barely holding itself together, and then the one that you did your Curse of the Sea against, they've just seemed to be ignoring. They were focusing on one large iron figure at a time.
If I hand off a potion, is that a free object interaction?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna zippy across over to Jill and hand you a potion of healing. Yeah, okay. What I would like to do is get the statue to make a strength save.
Okay, so yeah. That's a 19.
Fuck, okay. That's it.
Okay, sounds good. So, now that you are all very close to these large creatures, Ulman, the one that you have been stabbing has had enough of the stabs that you have been giving it, and it is going to whip around with the hammer and try and strike against you. Yeah! So, that is a 14 to hit.
I smack it away with my shield.
Okay, sounds
Can't touch
good.
me.
So then it is going to, as you smack it away with its shield and you see its arm go back, It is going to raise up its arm as a blade and then bring it back down towards you in a cross slash for a total of 22 to hit.
Yeah.
That dice is gone forever. So,
I'm gonna smite him.
you mean rebuke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Rebuke.
you're going to be taking 5 points of slashing damage.
Cool. He's gonna take... Well, he's gonna make a dex save, and then I can tell you.
That is a 19.
Okay, so 9, so 4?
Okay.
Is it round up or down?
It's round down because it's
Yeah.
most often in favor of the players.
Oh, sorry, hold on. That's actually +3, so rounded down to 4.
Okay. Sounds good. It is still up. It looks like it is barely able to hold on, but it has stabbed you nonetheless. And then this one that is looking mostly fine is going to bring up its hammer arm. And then it is actually going to target each of you as you are all within 10 feet of it. As its arms begin to whip around in a whirling-like fashion, I need everybody to make a dexterity save.
Does that include me? I thought it was on the opposite side of the...
It is within 10 feet,
Dollars.
so it actually has a little bit of reach.
13.
17.
10.
And then Ulman?
26.
Okay, so 3 of you are going to be taking 8 points. Albus, you are going to be taking 16. Or, sorry, because it is... it's a total of 20 points. Sorry, so everybody who succeeded takes 10. Albus, you take 20.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay. And then that is it for its turn. Next up, Ulman.
I'm gonna keep trying to finish off this other dude
Okay.
with my green flame blade.
Green
This-
flag.
Ulman has just been wreathed in like green flame for 30 seconds now, I guess, roughly. I don't think a 12 is gonna hit though.
No, it does not.
Unfortunate.
Okay. So then next up, Hish.
I would like to do what I always like to do. Do we still have 2?
There are still 2 boys. One looks very,
2
very
boys.
injured, and the other looks mostly fine.
Am I closer to the mostly fine one?
You are equidistant between the 2.
Okay, I'll try to hit the mostly fine one.
Okay.
Is a 13 plus 8.
That'll totally hit. Roll for damage.
Yay. Why do I put these away every time? The 11? Yeah, 11.
Okay.
Slashing, and then 5 fire damage.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to go in for that second attack. That is a 19.
Totally hits.
10 slashing damage. And 11 fire damage.
Okay. Sounds good. It is still up, but it is looking about half as well as it did before. Hish, you hit like a goddamn truck. It's insane. Yeah, no, he is looking very injured. Jill, it is your go.
I would like to use my action to disengage. And as I kind of step back and create some distance between the hitty slashy boys and myself, I would like to give a word of healing to Albus. And, you know, you can also have some of those nice positive mantras. Let's see. That's going to be 8 for you, friend. And I will just be clutching the potion.
Okay. Sounds good. So, next up, Albus.
Okay, so we have 2 hardy stabby boys.
Yes.
How's everybody looking? Jill.
Sir?
Take 5 points of healing.
Blast. We're just healing each other back and forth.
Hey, good job, buddy. And like you're both just congratulating.
Well, you get the last of the the Vaseline on you.
Chapstick.
No gods with you. Oh, and also with you.
Which creature is close to us?
Close to you is the both. As you had rushed up, and Jill, when she initially had snuck in, was actually right between the two of them. So previously, when you had ran up to hand Jill the potion, you placed yourself precariously between two.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that's not quite as hurt with my rapier and miss.
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
my turn.
So, it is up to the slammy stabby boys' turn. One of them is going to raise up its hammer hand and try and strike out against you, Hish. And it gets a 23 to hit and deals a total of 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone. It then rears up with its sword hand and then tries to stab down towards you. And that is... You can blame Marisha Ray for that one, because that is another natural 20 off of these three dice.
No.
You do not take our queen's name like this.
This
Give
is
it to
Kiki's
give it to me.
dice.
You don't deserve it. I'm gonna eat it.
He would never hurt us.
Okay, so that is a total of 11 points of slashing damage on this crit.
We're good. We're still good.
It is now...
Dad's still okay.
It is now the other hammery slashy boy, and it is going to use its whirl ability, targeting Albus, Hish, and Ulman. So the three of you need to make dex saves.
21.
13.
16.
Okay, so you all succeed. So you are going to be taking half of 27.
Hish is down again.
So
Albus
that's...
is down again.
Yep,
No.
that is a total of 13. Ulman, you still looking fine?
I'm at 7 HP.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That is it for the mechanical companions' turns. Next up, Hish, I need you to make a death save.
Make that death save.
Make that save.
That's a 5.
Okay, that is a failed save. Or no, sorry. Ulman, it is your go. Hish, if you do not get assistance, that will be your death save during that turn.
Next time they're doing damage, can you note which one is which so I can know when I want to rebuke?
Sure.
Thank you. For now, stab that boy.
Okay.
Green flame blade. 16.
A 16 just hits.
That's 20 damage. Can you please be dead?
Please.
Special gift to me?
Well, he
Perhaps?
only had 5 left. So, Ulman, what does it look like when you stab this living iron statue? With your green flame. And then the other dude takes 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I actually didn't say that, but you called the right number.
I mean, you've used it several times before. Like you said, you've been on green fire for the last, like, half minute.
But it's a D8 damage. So
Oh.
I rolled 5. So you just guessed the right number.
Well, the jumping one is a static.
No, the jumping one goes up in damage. My current one doesn't actually do any damage still to the main enemy, and it does a D8 to the one it jumps to. And then next level, I'll start doing a D8 to my current enemy and like 2D8 to the one it jumps to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Strange. But
Yeah.
sure. That's weird that I guessed the number then.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Does it have any joints?
Yes, it is a construct.
Can I just, like, pop its head out of socket, like, wrench through its neck joint?
I will say yes, because that's cool as fuck.
Great.
And this, the one that you have killed, was also the one that you had hexed previously. So as the head pops off, there is this splorty noise as it looks like liquid metal is trying to refill in that section. And as it does, you just see that it is beginning to billow and pop from the internalized heat of the green flame blade. And as those metallic fumes end up coming out into the air, you just see that Ham very quickly just sniffs them all up, preventing you guys from breathing in any kind of metal poisoning or metal fumes, and instead heals Ham based off of your Hexblade's curse. So one of these bros is down, Jill. You've seen that in one fell whirl, both Hish and Albus have dropped.
Oh, buddy. It's cleric time. So, we're going to combat medic it up. So, Jill's going to run back. It's going to sigh, grit her teeth, run back forward. And as she does so, be like, Hish, you are a number 1 dad. Get up. Give you a healing word. That's just going to be 6 points of healing to you. And slide over towards Albus, uncork the potion, and just shove it down his gullet.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I gotta roll for that.
Do you want to roll or do you want me to?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay, great. It's 5 plus 2, 7. All right, that's it for me.
Okay. Next up, Albus.
Where's the big boy?
There is one big boy who looks like he is towering over you.
How bad's he looking?
From how he was at the very beginning of this fight, very injured.
I'm gonna try to stab him.
Okay.
21.
21 hits.
I'd like to use my last bardic inspiration.
Nice.
D8, and I think that's 2d6. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know my own abilities. Okay, so he's gonna gently poke the Iron Boy with his rapier, which is gonna deal a whole 3 points of damage. But as it makes contact, this creature is construct, so he probably wouldn't see anything, but everybody else will see just like 3 little glowy pinpricks of light as this boy gets stabbed with a whole bunch of tentacles and takes 11 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And these tentacles pierce through this creature, and it looks like it holds itself up for a brief moment, and then as the tentacles recede, you watch as that metal just kind of fills back, but it's trying to, but doesn't seem to actively be able to go as quickly as you would assume a creature made out of this living metal would be able to do. Next up is the creature's turn. And it is going to turn towards Ulman with its large hammer and try and strike down Ulman, that is an 18 to hit.
I'm gonna cast Shield
Okay.
and say no.
Okay, and then it is going to, as it continues to spin, try and slice into Hish with its large blade arm. That is a natural 1, so that went about as well as I thought that it would internally. Ulman, what would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna continue my path of cutting. My allies are still in danger, and this creature is still up, so I can't stop. Is what I would say if I hit, but I only got a 9.
Okay. So, you only got your 9, so that is not a hit. Do you have a bonus action that you would like to do?
I can't bonus action taunt, so no.
I mean, you can talk shit to it all you want as a free action, but if that is it for your turn, it is up to our number 1 dad.
Yeah. Number 1 dad's gonna slice back at this big boy. It's a natural 1. I like to think that their blades go over each other without hitting each other. But as dads always say, try again. As a 16 plus 8.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. $12 slashing damage. Sorry, a little slow today. And 7 flame damage.
Hish, how do you take down this last living statue?
Oh my god, that's a good question. Yeah, I think Hish is just sick of its shit. And as he misses on the first swing, he steps closer on the second swing. And taking inspiration from Ulman, he's going to stab his sword into like the crevice of that neck joint and is going to pop that head off.
Okay. So as the head gets popped off, the body kind of recoils a little bit and then staggers back downwards and falls directly onto the floor with a very loud, cacophonous noise that seems to echo through the hallways. And you guys are left in a moment of calm. The room is still very warm, it would feel like, but nothing is directly trying to fucking kill you at this point, which is a plus. And as you are kind of taking these deep breaths and taking stock and seeing what everyone's situation is, everyone except Albus hears a sound. And it is off kilter. It sounds like 5 very quick, successive, and then a dragging noise. And then as a drag again. And as you look to see where the sound is coming from, Albus, you kind of turn following your friends' looks as well. And you see that there is a shape in the doorway. And as it enters into the light of this room, you can see a almost large-sized creature that is a pearlescent white, if that pearl had gotten dingy and aged with time. You see that there is a large, almost crustacean-like claw that seems to have a kind of limp pincer bit on its left hand, on its right-hand side, where you would see a normally larger crustacean claw, and the other seems to still be functioning. And as it continues onward into this chamber. You see that one of its legs is actually just kind of dragging behind it, no longer able to kind of carry it with its weight. And there is a voice that comes through it. And to the three of you that notice this initially, you just hear... Albus, you hear, "The master has returned." And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's game. So, I would like to say thank you so much to these excellent players for putting up with my bullshit for yet another week. Thank you to this excellent audience for sticking with us all the way till the end. Dingo, where can we find you? What do you do?
That's a good question. You can find me on Twitter at WheresMyDingus, where I primarily just retweet all of the things that I do. Let's see, this week, what do I have going on? I don't think actually I have anything going on until next week. Tuesday, I will be on Off the Table playing Alas for the Awful Sea with KyleWithAnN. And oh shoot, I think that's all I have going on right now. Off the Table does have reruns of our Burning Wheel campaign playing right now. We're going to be coming back for its final season on the 25th.
Okay, sounds good. Next up, Reeves, where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hi. You can find me emotionally shattered in my bed after this stream. Or also on Sundays, playing through some Divinity with my friends. That's 10 to 1. We are playing on Tactician mode, and it's really just pay attention to what fights you're doing and do them in order instead of random order, because if you do a fight that's a level over your level, you're going to die. So that's fun. And on Wednesdays, I do my Needle and Haystack show, where I'm trying to play through all the games I own. 3 games at a time, all chosen for me by a random rotating co-host, who next week I'll actually have our very own RJ. And then Thursdays, you can find me here on this wonderful show.
Excellent. And Cyber, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Cyber. You can find me at CyberWolf1 on Twitter, where I ship posts. I was trying to come up with the ship post that I tweeted recently, but it's not coming to me. I did a whole bunch of questions about Albus, so if you want to know what's in that weird fucker's mind, go ahead and read that. But I also tweet about whenever I go live on my own channel, twitch.tv/CyberWolf1201, where I play video games badly, but I talk about the lore. It's fun. This Saturday, we are going to be starting The Wolf Among Us, and I'm excited about it. So, add Woos in the motherfucking chat. All the archives of that go to a YouTube, which has a legible URL now, youtube.com/CyberWolf1201, where you can find all those archives, as well as a podcast that KyleWithAnN and I do called Let's Talk About It, where we get drunk, do parkour, and talk about RPG stuff. Our last episode was the Gen Con impressions episode, featuring our own indoor adventure. So, yeah, go listen to that. It's a good time. Another one coming up soon. And you can also find stuff like D&D Beyond homebrew tutorials and, hopefully other stuff coming at you real soon. But for RPG stuff, you can find me here on Indoor Adventures on Thursdays, which, hey, you found us. You can also find me on Mondays, where I play Arjan, the Black Dragonborn Blood Hunter. DanaeKeener.com.
God damn it. Okay. KyleWithAnN, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, everyone. You can find me clinging to life over on KyleWithAnN on Twitch and Twitter. You won't see me on Twitch this week because I got some real-world responsibilities to take care of, but next week, at some time, at some day, you can catch me playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Twitter is where you can see when I'm going live and doing other things. I get the real easy job. Everyone promotes my stuff for me. Alas for the Awful Sea. Catch me there. You can catch me here on Thursday. Listen to the podcast. Let's talk about it. YouTube, Anchor.fm, and wherever else podcasts are available for earhole consumption. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, Hey fella, how's it going? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I am currently working on figuring out when my 4th day will be yet again. I have a Gundam model that is half built that I want to build on stream, but it is more of a manner of I have new job and work responsibilities, so I'm figuring out how best to still deliver that content to you guys. We have a Patreon set up. So if you already support the show by following us at youtube.com/Indoor Adventures or checking out our audiocasts anywhere audiocasts can be found under the same moniker, our Patreon, patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, has our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. So if you have questions relating to tonight's episode or a previous night's episode, consider joining our Discord through Patreon or possibly the link found below this video. You can come hang out with the cast, ask us some questions, and we will do our best to respond in a timely fashion. So I would like to say once more, thank you to these excellent players. Thank you to this wonderful group, this audience that has come to join us. That is the word I was looking for. You're all great. And we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.